Hello dear students, welcome back. I, Akanksha Sharma, teacher at Madhura Sindha Public School, welcomes you back in part 5 of History, chapter 2. Now here I'll be explaining you about inscription of Chola dynasty. The numerous Chola inscription are the main sources of information about the Chola dynasty, because every time one question arises, and that is from where we are getting this information. So the information we are getting from inscriptions that we are having. These inscriptions provide information about the military achievements of the rulers. Whatever the achievements are being taken by the military, in that inscription everything is described, and provide details of land grants, donation and revenue collection as well. The Chola inscriptions are usually carved on the stone walls of the temples and on the copper plates. Now you can understand this concept that at the time of Chola inscription, these things were carved on the stone walls of the temples and on the copper plates. There were two main things in which they used to carve these things. We could find many inscriptions engraved on the walls of Brihadishwara temple which give details of the achievements of Rajaraja I. In the previous session, I have already given you the introduction of Rajaraja I and his achievements as well. Copper plates were also used to record some important events, conquest of kings and people. In copper plate, I have told you in the second and third point that on the copper plates or on the walls they used to crave the inscription. The inscriptions usually start with verses in Sanskrit in praise of god and goddesses. In this inscription, what all things are being written in this inscription in Sanskrit? The praises of god and goddess were mentioned. The inscription then follow with the prashasti, having the names of the rulers and his or her ancestors, and also mention the rulers' achievement and conquest. They were the things in which they have mentioned the achievement of the ruler, that they have conquered which part and how gloriously the people have won the battle. Temple and bronze sculptures. Life during the Chola period centered around the temple. Its construction and maintenance offered job to large number of people. See, in the temple, the people have offered large number of jobs to the people. Every temple had its own priest, musician, dancers, cook, carpenters, and other different kinds of crafts were also produced here. Now, if we talk about the temple only, these many people were associated in single temple, means the people are having their own cooks, carpenters, priests, musicians, dancers and everyone. Religious, social and cultural functions were often held in the temple premises. Now, at that time, temples were used as the religious, social and cultural functions. Thus, we see that the temple was not only a place of worship but also the epicenter of economic, social and cultural life. Means you can see that people can gather over there and can have the discussion related to the society and the problems related to the things. Bronze sculptures of the Chola are some of the finest in the world. The blacksmiths made bronze images of the deities as well as devotees, means they were the person who were associated in making the images of the gods or goddesses and they for the devotees. Chola trade. The Cholas had a flourishing trade with Southeast Asia and China. The main item of trade at that time, what were the main item of trade? They were the glasswares, cotton goods, brocades, ivory, sandalwoods, camphor, perfumes and precious stones. These were the things which were traded. The Cholas dominated and ruled the south for another 100 years, but constant wars with the Cholukyas weakened them. Yes, in every session this point has came, and the point tells us that never ever the wars has done good to any of the kingdom, means they have only lost or weakened their roots only by having the wars. Their place was later taken by the Pandyas of Madurai and the Yadavas of Devagiri, the Holesas. Now, new philosophies of bhakti. If we talk about the new philosophies of bhakti, many new religious sects arose in this period. New things were arose in this period related to bhakti. Shankaracharya, the very famous name, preached the Advaita philosophy at that time only. Ramanuja and Madhava were the other religious teacher reformers of the time. They were the also very well and renowned names which I am taking here. Now here are the few questions related to your chapter. The first question is, name the 4 Rajput clans that established kingdom in North India. Second, why did Muhammad of Ghazni attack India? Third, who assumed the title of Genkai Konda? What does it mean? Fourth, what information does the Chola inscription give? Thank you, students. This was all about